October 2008. An apartment in Santo André in the metropolitan region of São Paulo became the epicenter of a tragedy broadcast live to millions. For more than 100 hours, an entire country watched, powerless, as a hostage crisis exposed police failures, media irresponsibility, and the brutal face of domestic violence. This is the story of Eloá Pimentel, a 15-year-old girl whose life was stolen by someone who claimed to love her, while Brazil watched in real time. Eloá Pimentel was born on May 5, 1993, in Maceió. At 15, she was a typical teenager, dedicated to school, close to her family, dreaming of work and stability. She lived with her mother, Ana Cristina, and her siblings in a modest apartment in Santo André. Her best friend since childhood was Nayara Rodriguez. But behind her ordinary routine, Eloá carried a silent weight, a relationship that began when she was just 12, with a man 7 years older. Eloá was 12 when she met Lindenberg Alves, then 19. Their relationship lasted over 2 years, marked by breakups, jealousy, and increasing control. Although he was initially friendly with the family, his behavior soon shifted toward possessiveness. In September 2008, Lindenberg ended the relationship, but quickly regretted it. When Eloá refused to get back together, the threats began. Days before the kidnapping, he told her she would pay for leaving him. 17 years later, Eloá's diary revealed the truth she never got to say out loud: fear, manipulation, emotional control, classic signs of an abusive relationship. Monday, October 13, 2008, around 1 p.m. Eloá arrived home from school with 3 friends, Nayara Rodriguez, Victor Lopez, and Iago Vilera, planning to work on a school assignment. While preparing lunch, Lindenberg stormed into the apartment with a .38 revolver. Within minutes, the normal afternoon became a nightmare. The 4 teens became hostages. Victor and Iago were released early on. Eloá and Nayara were not. What should have been a discreet police operation became a national TV show. Cameras surrounded the building. Helicopters hovered overhead. Major TV networks broadcast the crisis live, minute by minute. Reporters interviewed neighbors, police, and even the kidnapper himself. The clearest example came from Radar TV's talk show host, Sonia Abrão, whose team called the apartment live on air. For 7 minutes, her reporter and the host spoke directly with Lindenberg, pleading with him, reassuring him, feeding his ego, all while he watched the coverage inside the apartment. This real-time exposure gave him information about police movements. It emboldened him. Viewership skyrocketed. The public prosecutor's office later sued the network, stating the interference put lives at risk. After 24 hours, Nayara was released. But then came the most debated decision of the entire case. The police ordered her to return to the apartment. The official reason: she might calm the kidnapper. But hostage negotiation protocols worldwide prohibit sending a freed hostage back. The risk is enormous. This decision, made by the Gate Tactical Unit, would become one of the most criticized actions in Brazilian policing history. For 5 days, the atmosphere inside the apartment swung between eerie calm and explosive rage. Lindenberg demanded guarantees he wouldn't be harmed. A prosecutor even delivered a signed document. Still, he refused to surrender. Outside, dozens of police officers waited for an opening, and Brazil watched, endlessly, helplessly. Late Friday afternoon, police claimed they heard a gunshot inside the apartment, a sign of imminent danger, they said. But Nayara later stated, "There was no gunshot. Neighbors didn't hear one either." An audio analysis by investigative journalists supported her version. Still, the order was given. Flashbang devices detonated, the door was blown open, chaos erupted. In the struggle, 3 shots were fired. Nayara was hit in the face. Eloá suffered 2 gunshots, one to the head, one to the thigh. She was carried out unconscious. The images spread nationwide within minutes. Eloá was rushed to the hospital, but the damage was catastrophic. On Saturday night, October 18th, she was declared brain dead. She was only 15. Around 10,000 people attended her funeral. Brazil mourned not only her death, but the feeling of collectively witnessing a tragedy unfold without being able to stop it. Lindenberg Alves was arrested during the invasion. In 2012, he faced a jury. He was convicted of 12 crimes: aggravated homicide, 2 attempted homicides, 5 counts of false imprisonment, 4 illegal firearm discharges. Original sentence, 98 years and 10 months. Reduced in 2013 to 39 years and 3 months. Today, he serves his sentence in Tremembé prison, known as Brazil's celebrity prison. Nayara survived the gunshot. She underwent surgery, therapy, and years of recovery. In 2018, she won a lawsuit against the state for the police's mistakes during the crisis. Today, she lives privately, far from the cameras that once invaded her life. During the live coverage, Eloá's father, known publicly as Aldo José da Silva Pimentel, suffered a health scare on camera. Authorities recognized him. His real name was Everaldo Pereira dos Santos, a fugitive ex-military police officer wanted for murder and part of a notorious Alagoas death squad. He had lived under a false identity for 15 years. He was arrested in 2009 and later gave testimony during Lindenberg's trial, a grim overlap between 2 crimes separated by almost 2 decades. The Eloá case became a global example of systemic failure. Police failures, confusion over jurisdiction, sending a freed hostage back into danger, questionable justification for the final invasion, lack of coordination. Media failures, live coverage compromising police strategy, direct communication with the kidnapper, sensationalism treated as entertainment exposure of victims and their families. It also reignited national conversations about domestic violence, abusive relationships, and the vulnerability of young women. 17 years later, Eloá's name still echoes through Brazil, not as a spectacle, but as a warning. In 2025, Netflix released the Eloá case Hostage Live, featuring her diary for the first time, revealing her dreams, fears, and the silent suffering she endured. The documentary gave Eloá something she never received during those 100 hours: her voice back. The lessons remain. Abusive relationships begin long before physical violence. Media responsibility saves lives. Police protocols exist for a reason. Violence against women must never be minimized. May Eloá's story inspire awareness, change, and protection for those still unheard. If this video helped you understand this case more deeply, don't forget to support the channel. Hit the like button, share this video with someone who would appreciate this kind of content, and subscribe so you don't miss the next investigations we bring here. And tell me in the comments, what other cases would you like to see covered on the channel? Your engagement helps this channel reach even more people and keep stories like Eloá's from being forgotten.